Hey, what's up? Let's make some brownies. I would say that I'm kind of like a brownie connoisseur in the sense that I'm very picky about my brownies and really all my desserts in general. And I fully blame my mom for that. Because growing up, my mom was one of those moms that refused to buy like store-bought desserts and box mixes and all that. She always made everything homemade because she's like, I can make this at home for less money and it'll taste better. And you know what? She was right. But since I didn't grow up eating those things, now I hate the taste of them. Also, not to like go completely off topic right at the start here, I don't know if it was just the side of TikTok that I'm on or everyone was seeing this, but there was a debate going on because this one home baker was selling cakes for like $100 and people found out that she was just using box mixes and people were mad. I think justifiably, because if you're spending that much for a cake, I would like expect a homemade cake, whatever. But all these people were defending her and they were like, it's all the same thing. Like the box mixes just put all the ingredients in one bag for you to make your life easier. I could not disagree more. Box cakes have a very distinct taste. I could taste it a mile away. Case in point, earlier this year, we had a baby shower for my sister-in-law and they got cupcakes for the shower. I took one bite and I'm like, this is from a box. They have a certain taste, like, and there's nothing you could do to get rid of it. Anyways, let's make these brownies. I'm like pretty positive that I have the best brownie recipe of all time. Anyone that has ever tried these brownies would agree with that statement. This recipe is literally from this cookbook that's like at least 30 years old. Like this is the recipe. She's been through it. Like this looks like it's from the Middle Ages or something. First things first, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Done. Then you need to grease a 9x13 pan. I'm just gonna put some oil on it. I usually use butter, but I need my butter for the recipe, so. I know some people use the sprays. We don't buy that in this house, so sorry. We're gonna have to get a little creative with the angles here because my kitchen's not really set up to record yourself while you're baking. You're gonna need a pot, like so. And in this pot, you're gonna melt your butter, your cocoa, and your oil. Okay? First in the pot, you need a cup of butter. That's 2 sticks. I only have 1 stick. I had to get into my mom's good grass-fed butter, so sorry to her. Then you need 3/4 cup of cocoa. And then 4 tablespoons of oil. 1, 2, 3. Oven's preheated. 4. Then just stir constantly. Keep stirring until all of the butter is melted. Once that's melted, you're gonna turn off your stove and then you're gonna stir in 2 cups of sugar. 1, 2. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, Alyssa, that's a lot of sugar. And yeah, you know what? It is. I'll give you that. Need I remind you, we're making brownies, like, they're gonna have sugar in them. They're not gonna be healthy. I know all the girlies are like obsessed with protein right now. We're not making protein brownies. We're making a sweet little treat, okay? It's like no one wants sweet little treats anymore. I don't know. I feel like that kid's stirring his potatoes. The sugar is all stirred in. This is what it should be looking like.
Ooh, yum. Very appetizing.
Now we're gonna let it cool for a little bit before we move on to our next step, okay? I like to use this time to clean up a little bit. If you're not cleaning up as you go, I hate to say it, I think you're a little dumb. Next, we're gonna add in 4 eggs. I know, 4 eggs in this economy. In this egg economy, I actually don't know, are the eggs still expensive? I don't do my grocery shopping. My mom does all the grocery shopping. Teen Wolf, anyone? Where are you getting your juice? Do not maybe go get my Beacon Hills Lacrosse style Stilinski sweatshirt and put it on right now. I'm not going to because it's like 90 degrees outside. I'm hot in this kitchen. Anyways, 4 eggs. I'm using the last of my eggs. Hopefully my mom doesn't need them for anything. Oh my God, I can't open this. Got it. 4 eggs. You're gonna crack them one at a time and mix it all in before you put the next egg in, okay? Egg 1. Oh, I hate the feeling of egg on my hands. I have to wash them. I'm gonna have to wash them after each egg. I'm so sorry. I just have to. I hate the feeling of that. Mix, mix, mix. That was making a weird noise. Listen, you're gonna learn all about my strange kitchen quirks today. That's for sure. Mix, mix, mix. Egg number 3. My arm's getting tired. I know it might be hard to believe because I have such big muscles, but my arm's getting tired. Last egg, egg number 4. Ew. Ew. Mix, mix, mix. Do you want to hear a fun fact? My mom told me this, so if it's not true, sorry, she's telling me misinformation. Sorry. But my mom works in food service and she has to do like food safety courses and stuff, so I trust her. Anyways, you know how people say not to eat raw cookie dough because it'll give you salmonella? Everyone thinks that it's the eggs that'll give you salmonella, but you're actually more likely to get salmonella from the raw flour. So, the more you know. And I feel like that makes sense because I remember thinking they're like, don't, the raw eggs. But I'm like, but people, like people who work out, I don't know, they drink raw eggs and they're fine. They're not going around with salmonella. I don't know. Next, we're gonna add in a cup of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Use the rest of this vanilla. I only have half a teaspoon of vanilla in here, so let me put that in. My mom makes her own vanilla. Of course she does. Everything that you know about my mom from this video, you should know that she makes her own vanilla. I'm gonna have to dip into this one and do another half teaspoon. Okay. Oh, I just dripped that on my stove. And then just stir all that stuff we just added in to your brownie batter. I would recommend a whisk, but my whisk is dirty and I don't feel like washing it. Because here's another one of my fun quirks that I told you you'd probably learn. I can't touch sponges. I think they're so disgusting. I refuse to touch them. I don't know what it is. My brother doesn't like them either. It's like a family thing. Except my parents are both fine with it, so I don't know where we got it.
Stir, stir, stir. I'm like out of breath and my arm hurts. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing.
New, even worse angle. Once everything's mixed together, it's time to put it in our pan. The recipe also says you can stir in optional nuts. I don't do that. I don't know what you think this is. I don't think nuts have any place in brownies. Wow, this is heavy. Oh my god, my wrist is like not strong enough to hold this up the way that I need it to. Okay, that just triggered a memory in my brain. When I was in community college, I was doing a group project and I did all the writing for it. And then the guy told me, wow, you must have strong wrists. Definitely one of the weirder compliments I've ever gotten, I'll say that for sure. Do a little one of these to make sure it's even. Maybe a little one to get all the air bubbles out. Then we're gonna put it in the oven and bake for 30 to 35 minutes. Always start at the lower time because you can always add time, but you can't take it away. There's a great tip for you that you probably already knew. Anyways, oh, hot. Timer. Guess what? Time for another fun fact about me. I have like a weird irrational fear of ovens. I don't know why. I've always had it. I think it's more of a fear of getting burned by the oven. But the more I think about it, I also think it plays into a bigger irrational fear of mine of burning my house down. I'm like fully convinced that I'm gonna burn my house down. I don't know why. Like I have nightmares about it. Like I'm one of those people that before I leave the house, I have to make sure everything's unplugged. I have to make sure everything's turned off because if I don't, the house is gonna burn down. And it was even worse when I had a dog because I'm like, if the house burns down, he's gonna die too, you know? Anyways, back when I was in therapy, my therapist told me that she thinks I have OCD. So there's that. Actually, her exact words were that I was going to develop OCD, whatever that means. Because I was there for anxiety, right? And I was in the session with her. She asked me to like explain a situation where I would feel anxious. I tell her. She's like, okay, and in those situations, what do you do to make yourself feel less anxious? Again, I tell her. She looks me dead in the eye. She goes, you can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean? I've been doing this for literal years of my life. She said, you can't do that. You're going to develop OCD. I was like, do you think maybe I already have OCD and that's why I'm acting this way? She was a bad therapist. She also told me that, because like I said, I was there for anxiety, and I was so anxious the first time I ever went that my mom came with me, and she was like in the room and she was also talking to the therapist. The last time I ever saw this therapist, she told me that she thought my mom was overreacting about my anxiety. So that was the last time I ever saw her. So anyways, now that I told you all my therapist problems, I'm gonna clean up all these brownies break. I'm gonna clean up all these brownies. Why can't I speak? I'm going to clean up while these brownies bake. Nailed it. And I will see you in approximately 27 minutes.
A few moments later.
All right, 30 minutes is up. It's time to see how these brownies are doing. I'm going in. Oh my God, it's so hot. This is how we're looking. Let's stick a toothpick in and see what we're working with. Can you see? It's not done. Let's try a couple more minutes, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the toothpick doesn't have to be completely clean, but it shouldn't have like chunks on it, you know? Maybe I made that up because I'm impatient. I don't know. Back in the oven. I hate the hot air. I hate it. Let's try 3 more minutes. I don't know.
A few moments later.
Let's try this again. I hate to say it. I think it still needs a couple more minutes. Oh, I don't wanna overcook it though. So we'll put in for, I don't know, 2 more minutes. All right. I don't know. I think it's good enough. Like, obviously there's going to be some on it because it's hot chocolate we're dealing with here, you know? Oh, they're good. They're for sure good. Okay. Important step here. Don't forget to turn off your oven because what? We don't want to burn our house down. And here's your final product. Ta-da. Imagine I just drop it. If I may give you a little serving suggestion, my favorite way to eat them is in like a brownie sundae situation. You could do your classic vanilla, or my favorite ice cream of all time, Windy City Minty Fudge Blast. I know mint chocolate is a little controversial. You either love it or you hate it. Clearly I love it. But that ice cream on a warm brownie with a little whipped cream, literally life-changing. I don't think you understand the history I've had with this ice cream. Years and years ago, my favorite ice cream was a Fannie Mae mint melt-away ice cream. One day I go to the store to get more of it, it's gone. They don't sell it anymore. I was devastated. So naturally I went on a hunt to find another mint chocolate ice cream that I love just as much. I come across the Windy City Minty Fudge Blast. I'm like, let me give this a try. To my surprise, it's the same ice cream. They just renamed it. So the ice cream has Windy City in the name, right? Obviously the Windy City is Chicago. I live in the suburbs of Chicago. I'm curious to know if they sell this everywhere or if it's just like a here thing. Because if they only have it here, you're not going to be able to try it, and that's like actually devastating. Like, my heart breaks for you. Anyways, that's all I have for you. I'm gonna wait for these to cool off and take a little sample, if you will. So I will see you later, I guess. Bye.